Modern Mahjong's here with a video to clear up misunderstood National Mah Jongg League rules. We've received a lot of emails and messages lately about confusion over certain rules. Our posts are based on Mahjong Made Easy, the official instruction book by the National Mah Jongg League, as well as our book, A Visual Companion Guide for American Mahjong, which is available on Amazon in both paperback and Kindle format. We recognize there are a lot of house rules, and we want to make sure we share official rules so you could play anywhere and recognize house rules when you drop in games. Let's start with who gets the tile if I call for Mahjong and another player calls for an exposure. Regardless whether or not somebody is next in turn, Mahjong takes precedence over an exposure. We did a whole other video about who gets the tile between Mahjong and exposure, and you could see that on YouTube as well as in our Instagram. Next, what happens if I say pause, but the player next in turn also calls pause or call? The National Mah Jongg League defines hold, which in this case is similar to pause, as a way to stop the play before possibly making a call. You could also use wait. If a player next in turn makes a call when somebody else said pause, that player next in turn is entitled to the tile. What if I say call or pause and I expose tiles from my rack and then the next player says call? The National Mah Jongg League has an exception that many players aren't aware of that goes against the next in turn, which provides that if a player exposes tile on this turn to claim the tile, they take precedence over the next in turn just saying call. However, be careful. It's really best practices, since Mahjong is a looking and listening game, to confirm that the tile that was discarded was first correctly named, call that, pick up the discard, put it on the flat part of your rack, add tiles from the sloping part of your rack, and then either discard or declare Mahjong. And the reason we say these are best practices, if for some reason you heard incorrectly and somebody misnamed their tile, this would prevent your hand from being declared dead. What if I say call or pause? Can I change my mind? Someone told me once I say it that I'm committed to that tile. By only speaking, you are not committed until you either place that discard on the flat part of your rack or you take tiles from the sloping part and expose those. You can change your mind about calling a tile. What about I picked a joker from the wall? Yay me! Then someone called the tile, the last discard, before I racked that joker. What happens to my pick? I want to keep my joker. Unless the window to call the prior discard ended, another player calling a tile results in you putting back your pick exactly in the same spot, even if it's a joker. So if you pick a tile, regardless of what tile it is, make sure you rack that tile if you think you might keep it, because that would end the ability for the other player to call the discard and you would get to keep your joker. What if you say 2, and then as you say it, you realize, oh my goodness, there's a joker in a 2-dot exposure. I could have exchanged it. Is it too late? The official rule is that you are committed to discarding a tile when you either fully name it or it touches the table. Examples of fully named would be 2-dot or 2-bam or 2-crack, red, since clearly you mean red dragon, west, or flower. There are certain tiles that one word, kind of like share, you know what we're talking about. The word 2 doesn't fully name it. So if you only said 2 and the tile didn't touch the table, you're in luck and you could exchange that tile for a joker. There's a lot of information and misinformation out there, and there are a lot of house rules shared, and players oftentimes don't even realize that they're sharing house rules. We are teachers and instructors and small business owners, and we want to share posts by official house rules and clear up confusions. We could tell there's a lot of confusion based on the messages and emails from players. If you have a question and you want the official rule, comment below or send us an email at modernmahjong@gmail.com. If you want to learn to play by official rules, we have an on-demand virtual series available now on our website. It's 4 75-minute videos, as well as really informative handouts and other quizzes and fun ways to learn the game. Thank you so much for joining us here and watching this video. If you want more great tips for official rules, strategies, and increasing your odds at winning, like, comment, save, and share. And while we have you here, we invite you to check out our curated collection of Mahjong gifts and accessories on modernmahjong.com. If you want to up your game for 2024 card, we have a PDF online, which is strategies and backup hands and really informative information for you to improve your winning. And one last thing, reviews are in. Our visual companion guide for American Mahjong is a valuable resource for players of all levels, available both in paperback and Kindle format. Thanks so much. Have a great day and a great game.